Hey there, have you ever had one of those days where things just go wrong no matter how much you plan them? That was yesterday. So if you were on, then I'm so sorry. I had hi Haley. I we had this, great day planned to talk to you on my tea with the Fertility Godmother and to talk to you about ways to reduce the toxins in your body and in around you. And the internet went, just decided, something else just decided to happen. So we are here today. I'm really grateful to have a special guest, Dr. Stephanie Berg. She's a naturopath and she's going to be joining us. In fact, she's joining us right now. Hi, Dr. Berg. Hold on one second. Let me get you here. Are you coming on? I thought I let you in. We'll keep trying. Okay, it's connecting. There she is.
Hello.
Hi. I was just sharing about yesterday how my internet was all botched up. And
Oh no. Well, it worked out perfectly because then we could do it again today, and I get to see you again.
yes, that's what I would say. I'm so grateful that you made the time to be here today with us. So thank you. So everybody, I know it's a Wednesday, but grab your tea and come join us while we unpack the different ways to eliminate toxins out of your body, out of your environment, so that not only does it help you increase your overall health, but really it's going to help you get pregnant and have a healthy baby. Yesterday, if we could recap, Dr. Berg, you were talking about how the impact of toxins affects boys, and I know that also affects girls as well, but can you recap for some of the people that that maybe didn't hear because the sound was so bad?
Oh, absolutely. So what we talked about is all of the many ways that reducing toxic chemicals, or why reducing toxic chemicals is so important for fertility, and for the baby's future health. So first off, we talked about how for the at least 3 months before actual conception, mom is making the egg, that mom's body is making the egg that she's going to use, and dad's body is making the sperm. So for mom, it's about 3 to 4 months, and dad, 72 days. So really important that we have as healthy egg and sperm as possible and toxin free.
Yes.
But optimally, as we discussed, even better if 3 months to 4 months minimum, but optimally, 6 months to a year, start, or as soon as you can now, if you're listening, start getting these out of your body. And then the second thing is, a lot of them are endocrine disrupting chemicals, and the endocrine system is all of the hormones in your body, all the estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and many of them actually, they can mess up multiple hormones, but a lot of them, specifically like BPA is one we hear about often, can mess up estrogen and either mimics estrogen in many cases or blocks it when it shouldn't be blocked. And it's basically sending signals to the body that shouldn't be there when we shouldn't have estrogen there. And the problem is a lot of people talk about how, oh, it's just low doses you're exposed to. But that's actually the reason it's even more of a problem, because our hormones are designed to work at low doses, like tiny little amounts in specific times. So it actually tricks the body even more. These aren't toxic doses at one time, but it's just these constant exposures. And so we talked about in little boys, there's actually something who are born to women with high levels of these endocrine disruptors in their system. There's something called phthalate syndrome. And it's basically a complex of symptoms where there's changes in, specifically in the reproductive area, in the genitals of the little boy, that are more feminine. And they've called that phthalate syndrome. They've linked it to phthalates. And there's also, they do a lot of studies in IVF clinics because you have a discrete population on the amounts of endocrine disrupting chemicals in the women's bodies. And many women the women who have lower levels of, for example, BPA in their urine have better IVF for success rates. And then lastly, we discussed about how we used to think the placenta, when mom's carrying the baby, the placenta was a barrier and protected the baby, but it's not. It's a sieve. Everything gets in. So anything in mom's body, the mercury, the heavy metals, everything's going into baby. And they've even done studies, that Environmental Working Group, one of my favorite organizations, has done studies that many people are probably aware of, where they test the umbilical cord blood of babies.
Right.
And they contain, I think they only test for 200 plus chemicals, but they've found 287, 300 chemicals, carcinogens, heavy metals in the umbilical cord blood of these newborn babies. So sadly, they're being born toxic.
Right. It's so crazy. I wish I knew that detail when I had my kids, because I would have definitely detoxed, and thank God I live a healthy lifestyle in general, but I would have done that, because the chemicals, these toxins, they stay in the body some of them stay in the body for a long time. The BPAs, they can leave pretty quickly, right?
They do. Actually, and even just cleaning up personal care products, just that alone, and eating organic food, those two things alone, they've done studies on both of those individually. And in 3 to 4 days of eating organic food, significantly decreased levels in the urine. And
another reason to eat organic.
Yeah. Exactly. and they've done the same thing with personal care products. They just told young women to remove certain personal care products that they're using, and that was it, right? There's so many other things they could have been doing, but that was it, and they saw a significant decrease in their urine as well.
It makes a big difference. So you get tested by doing a urine test, and then where would you go to do a test like that?
You can do urine and blood, but there are urine, and there are many functional labs that do it. So we can do them, or I can do them and order them. So they look at all of your various toxin levels. You can also do organic acids tests that look at the metabolites of things in your body, the Krebs cycle, and actually those tell you some detoxification and heavy metal or toxin markers as well.
That's good. So then you can see the difference. But I think in general, if you're getting ready for pregnancy, I do. Do you detox? I detox at least twice a year. Do you do any detoxes?
I do, and I try to live a toxin-free lifestyle as much as possible. Of course, there's so much we can't control in the modern world,
unless they leave the planet. I don't think we're going to be able to get rid of them.
Exactly. So overall, I do my best to eat organic. I try to make it so my day-to-day life makes it so that I don't need to do an intense detox, but then when you feel it, you think that would be a nice thing to do. And then for someone who's getting started with the detox process, I think it's a really nice way to start, especially.
Yeah, to do a cleanse.
A cleanse. And I know, and then I know you offer a wonderful one.
I do. I have a great 14-day, really easy, doable cleanse. It's gentle on the body. It's a whole body cleanse. But I think that you have to be really careful with some of the cleanses out there that are being promoted. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you don't want to upregulate, depending on what types of products you're using, or supplements or powders, you don't want to upregulate phase 1 of liver detoxification, which actually creates more toxic metabolites, without also regulating phase 2 and making sure you're having good bowel movements.
Right. You got to eliminate them. Once you pull them out, right, you got to get them out all the way out.
Staying hydrated.
And staying hydrated. Yeah, that's a big deal, but not with plastic, right? Because that's where a lot of the PCBs are. So
right.
I really recommend, I tell all the people I work with, yes, to
sterling silver or glass.
Yes, exactly.
Or I
Or
mean, not sterling
stainless
silver,
steel.
stainless steel.
Stainless steel. Sterling silver. What kind of bottle do you have over
I
there?
know. I've done that several times. I don't know why I keep saying that. Oh.
That's great. No, that's great. So, some of the products we have to be careful of are our skincare. That's a big one, right? Because our skin absorbs everything we put on it, even though it has some barriers. Things penetrate through the barrier, right, and then
Right.
get into our bloodstream.
Right. And right. Just like hormone patches or hormone creams or nicotine patches, and the personal care products are even designed, they're made to penetrate, right?
They're made to penetrate, right? And that's actually becoming, I think it's going to start, if it hasn't already, because you and I are so involved in this. I feel like it's going to become more popular, or people are going to become more aware. I have a good friend of mine who's working with a movement to educate women about the whole personal care products, and not just how they're made, but what they're made of, and all the chemicals in them. I can't believe it's like so. It's mind-boggling. It's to
It
see
is.
that this is what's happening with our products.
It's and a lot of them, I mean, they weren't even required to register most of the ingredients. And the thing that really bugs me, and why I can't stand fragrance, is that when you see the word fragrance on a product, it means that it contains hundreds to thousands of chemicals. We don't actually know how many, because the manufacturers aren't required to disclose that, because they can claim it's a trade secret.
Right. It boggles my mind.
Yeah.
So, but you mentioned about phthalates and phthalate syndrome. So phthalates are in our personal care products, right? And what else are the other phthalates in? Is it mostly
phthalates are a lot of plastics.
Plastics.
So I just try to reduce your plastic exposure.
Right. So then you're reducing the BPA and the phthalates by just reducing the plastic. And
absolutely.
what about the new one here about the BPA free plastic bottles?
Oh, okay. I always tell people, no, I mean, BPA is the one we hear about, but there's so many other actually bisphenol chemicals, and they've found that, so there's BPS and BPF, and they've actually done research now that some of those are even more harmful than the BPA.
Right.
So unfortunately, BPA was just the one that got the notoriety. And originally, actually, it first came into awareness when mothers raised the issue about the BPA in baby bottles. And so then they were banned in baby bottles, and then it sort of, the research went from there.
Right. So my kids are a little bit, they're still young, but they're older. And so I was using because I was working at the time, I was using BPA free, but it really wasn't. So that's stuff that makes me so mad. Get the glass.
Oh, I know you.
Get the glass.
You're trying to do your best. We do our best with the information we have.
Exactly. And so now we know, and we have the research to back this up, and it's becoming more and more popular. So I hope if you got anything out of today so far, just reducing your plastics from the BPA and the phthalates, those are going to be really big, and they leave your body fairly quickly. So once you eliminate them or decrease the amount, sometimes you're going to have plastic. I mean, it's just the reality of the world we live in, and that's okay. But if you can make it like an 80-20 rule, or just on emergencies, when you're, not that we're out and about right now, but we will be again, we try to carry your own water. It's over there, but I have my little bottle I fill up, and I try to take on me with road trips, right? But once in a while, I gotta stop at the gas station and get a big old plastic bottle.
Exactly. So you just, like you said, you do your best, and it really does make a difference. And and especially with the plastic, really don't want it hot. So if you just, don't microwave in plastic Tupperware, avoid plastic Tupperware if you can. So there's glass Tupperware everywhere now, and it's so inexpensive. And then don't drink out of hot plastic water bottles. And Yeah, and even when you go to like a Starbucks or something, those cups the disposable cups that they give you, the linings are full of plastic, and you have that hot liquid in there leaching it out.
Oh,
So
I
I
know.
know. So even if you can take your stainless steel mug with you, or you know, plastic free mug with you, you can just they'll fill it up for you.
Yeah, I think they even give you a little discount too to promote that. So
Yeah, yeah.
not only are you doing benefit for the environment, but you're doing a lot of good for your body, which is going to help you stay healthy and have your baby. Those are big deals right there. So
Yeah.
the other thing that's really big that blew me away when I first learned about it was the chemicals in our soaps and our laundry detergent, our cleaning
Yes.
supplies.
Yes. And they're vaporized into the air when you use them. So they're all around. The ones that really I can't stand the dryer sheets, the laundry dryer sheets, because
Yeah,
it's basically vaporizing the high heat, vaporizing the fragrance chemicals of all sorts into the air of the home. And then, I mean, I smell my neighbors, you know, in my unit next door, and I go, oh, please, you know, I want to show them all the research. They've done studies actually on it. But like you said, the spray chemicals, and there's so many wonderful options out there for
right.
safer brands. And then even just some vinegar and a little alcohol and baking soda, hydrogen peroxide, and some thyme essential oil can do wonders.
Right, for the cleaning.
For cleaning,
For
sorry,
cleaning.
without chemicals.
Yeah, no, those are all great things. And there's some places where you can buy those chemical-free cleaners too. She
Yes.
said there's
Yeah.
different places. I have I have my favorites, and then some of them, but there's a few out there. But just make sure to do the
Yeah.
research on them, on the
Yeah.
company, right?
I love there's My Green Fills, which makes a great laundry. And then the other great one is Branch Basics, which they have lots of options. It's like a very versatile cleaner. And also the EWG.org Skin Deep database. I meant to
Oh,
mention
I
that
love
for
that.
personal care products
Uh-huh.
is amazing. There's an app you can put on your phone and take with you to the store and scan products, and it will, if it's in their system, it will give a rating of 1 to 10, 1 being least toxic, 10 being most toxic. And I like to stick with 1 to 3, rating 1 to 3. And then they also, you can just go online to the database, ewg.org Skin Deep, and put in your products there, and then or just search for certain products and it will tell you their recommendations. And the same with cleaning. They have a whole section on cleaning products.
That's great. And there's also that Think Dirty app, right? You
Oh
know,
yeah, I haven't used that one.
that's a great one too. So you can go around and, you know, look, if you want to get really obsessed, go around to everything in your house and have it scanned and check that out for that. The Think Dirty
I'll
app is
have
also
to,
great.
I haven't used it. I'll have to try that.
Yeah, so it's good. So once we start eliminating some of these toxins from our environment and putting it in our bodies, um, there's still some chemicals that are going to last for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that more of the PCBs that last a long time, or
And the
yeah,
dioxins.
the
Um,
dioxin?
and there's some that have been they're not allowed even in the US anymore, but unfortunately, like you said, because they last in the environment, they're still found in us.
Yeah,
So we do our best to,
right.
you know, reduce our exposure, um and there's so much we can do with food, organic as much as possible. You know, try, especially for those who do eat animal products. Most people just think of organic with the fruits and veggies, but toxins are actually stored in fat, many of
Right.
them. And so when you're eating the animals that aren't healthy, um, it's a lot of you're eating what's in their body, right? The fat the toxins that are in their fat. So it's sort of the same with fish and mercury. It what's called bioaccumulates, and so um, if you eat the fish that ate the smaller fish that got the smaller fish's mercury, then you eat the larger fish, you get their mercury. And like you talked about, there's PCBs in the oceans now, in addition to mercury. So a lot of the farmed and in the farmed fish, the feed they get. So a lot of the farmed fish has PCBs in addition to the mercury.
Right. Yeah, the farm. Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
True.
So it's just trying to do your best with organic food. If you do eat animal products, organic as much as you can, pasture raised if you can, wild caught, or, more plants, organic plants, and food storage. Like we talked about, personal care products, cleaning products. If you just start there, it's already a huge difference.
Right. So just if this feels overwhelming, just start small. If it starts, and just maybe start eliminating the plastics, I think would be the biggest thing. And then
absolutely,
once you finish the products that you have, when you're ready to buy another product, maybe you'll investigate it before you'll want to put it on your body. Sunscreen's another big one, right? There's another big one, and I'm just thinking of that because here in the States, we're going to start going through summer. But so just start paying attention. And then same thing with the cleaning products, just like eliminate one by one as you start to use it. You've already been using it, use it, finish it up, and then transfer over to some other products.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Step by step, so it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Just like like you talked about, pick one thing and start there. Yeah. And for sunscreens, the EWG just came out with their newest sunscreen guide, or they are very shortly.
Oh, good. That's good. I use I like a company called Melaleuca. It's a membership company, but I love their sunscreen. They have some really great products on that company. But go to the EWG.org. I don't know why I had a hard time saying that. EWG.org. And you can check some more things out there.
So much helpful information there. Yeah.
It can get overwhelming though, which is why we're here to share with you, to summarize everything for you. So we have Nina says she's been working this past year to detoxifying my home and lifestyle. This is great information. Thank you. Oh, that's so good. Yes, it's a process. It's all a process. So just step by step, right? Yeah, it takes a long time, So if you're wondering if you should be detoxifying, I have a free guide. If you go to the Fertility Godmother's resources, we have a lot of great fertility resources there, but there's also a quiz for you if you'd like to find out if you think you should detox. So Dr. Berg, do you have anything else that you would like to add before we sign off?
Well, firstly, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so passionate about this topic. So it's one I love talking about. And I have some information I'm going to be putting more up there about just more in depth on this type of stuff, and simple steps to reduce your toxic chemicals, an ebook there. And then on my Facebook page, just 5 videos on step-by-step how to reduce your exposure to toxic chemicals. Great. So personal care products, food, inside the home, outside the home, cleaning products, that sort of thing. So if people are looking for more info in addition to your cleanse, it's all free.
Great. And so remind me your Instagram handle is?
Oh, sorry. It's Dr. Berg. Stephanie, STEPHANIEBERG. And the Facebook is Naturopathic Ways, and the website is Naturopathic Ways.
Awesome. And just kind of to backtrack, if you guys weren't here with us yesterday. So what happened was, Dr. Bergen, this happened spontaneously. I was so excited. So I was looking at the Instagram feed and I saw her amazing post on all the environmental toxins. And I said, oh my God, I'm talking about this tomorrow. And I messaged her. I said, come join me if you want. And she said, I'd love to. I'm so passionate about it. And so here we are. So that's how all this came about. So I'm so grateful that you made the time and to share and join me. It was really fun. I'd love to
So
do it.
much fun. No, thank you again. And thank you for reaching out. I love to make such wonderful connections. After we finished talking the other day, I said, oh, she's just the sweetest healing soul. So I look forward to meeting you in person.
Yes, I know. We've been doing this virtual thing. We're close enough. We should meet once we have this ban over with.
Exactly. Exactly. Once we can.
Yes. So great. So I'll talk to you soon. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you, everybody. Sorry for the delay, but it's even better than it was going to be yesterday. So make it a great day. Here's to your health and happiness. And we will see you next week on the Tea with the Fertility Godmother. Mwah. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Berg.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.